YounderTales. Hey, you guys, I'm excited for this podcast right here. You know, Ski, bear with your boys. I get it together. You know, you just got to start. So I figure it's time for me to start. This is something that's been in the making for like a year. And I had to tell myself, you know, the wife was like, it's about that time you share these stories. You know, I have so many stories. And usually when me and my boys get together, we exchange these stories. And to me, that's like one of the best parts of all this bass fishing. Like, of course, you know, doing good, winning a tournament, winning the money, winning the play, all that stuff is definitely things that you definitely want to do and accomplish in this tournament scene. But one of the things that people rarely talk about is the interactions, the stories, the moments that you create over the years of fishing all these tournaments. You know, one thing I know is doing this for 20 years, I still talk to guys that I run across in tournaments and be like, remember 15 years ago this happened? Remember 18 years ago this happened? Remember 5 years ago this happened? And we sit there and laugh and reminisce. I mean, I feel like fishermen have some of the best reminiscing stories because you're actually out there in the outdoors making magic happen and making these memories happen. And these are the things that last forever. You know, like you could win first place today, in 10 years from now, most likely people not even going to talk about that first place. But you have one time where a group of you guys hooked up and had so much fun, that trip, that time, that tournament, that's something from 10 years, 20 years, 30 years from now, you guys will still be talking about, laughing about, and reminiscing. And that's kind of where YounderTales is. It's like we're all going to share these stories and combine all these stories, and then there will be stories that you can listen to forever, and you can listen to people stories that you don't even know, because everyone has a Younder tale. So take this adventure with your boy, me and my friends, and all the fans who will join this and this crazy ride we're going to take on, listening to all these stories and laughing and positive energy, and some knowledge will be dropped, and just some old time stories, and to bring you guys closer to in my life. You know, I mean, a lot of people, they know me from fishing, but that's where all they know me from. So on this podcast, over the course of all this, you will get to know me, your favorite fisherman, the people's champ, the ambassador of the Delta, a lot better. You know, Ski? So I said, you know what would be a good story to start off YounderTales with? And one always comes to mind that is just legendary in my head, and a turning point in my fishing career is when I went from fishing the bass boats and doing Rip and Let's, being one of the first fishing show on YouTube, and fishing tournaments on the California Delta and out here in Northern California, and fishing these tournaments to turn around to get into the kayak world. And I went from the bank fishing to the boats, and to get an opportunity to join and enter the kayak world was just a crazy adventure, and a beautiful, and one that I always would cherish. And it always puts a smile on my face when I think about those memories of joining the kayak series, and semi like bridging the gap out here as far as Northern California as one of the first guys to be in the boat and doing the tournaments on the pro side, and then also getting a kayak and then joining the kayak circuit. You know, the guys who I fish with in the boat world is not the same guys I fish in the kayak world. Now there's guys that fish both sides, but before there's rarely any. So for me to take my love that I have from the boats, and there's like, oh, buddy, where you going? And then go over to the kayak world, it was a beautiful thing. And I was honored that, you know, when I did come over, they had their arms open with a lot of love for your boy. They showed your boy a lot of love. Like the red carpet was rolled all the way out for your boy. And that was a beautiful thing, especially for me, because I mean, at the same time I was nervous because all I knew was the boat world. So to be in the boat world and then going to the kayak world was like, oh man, how is this like? But when I first got on the first fishing kayak, I was blown away. I did a video of me catching a salmon in my backyard in Discovery Bay. Now I had two Costco kayaks that I bought for like $500, yellow kayaks that you just go up and down, you know, nothing serious. But in my mind, I thought that's how all kayaks work. So I had my boat in the front, the salmon running in the backyard. I'm seeing them jumping in the back. I'm seeing them jumping. I can't cast to them from where I'm at. So I throw the Costco kayak in the water, paddle over there. I catch one on the rattle trap. We're fighting. I'm fighting him. He runs on a couple of docks. He breaks me off. And I'm like, oh my God. I filmed it, put it on Facebook. What's going on, fam? I saw a couple of salmon bust down the street. So I had the old school jumping kayak. Oh God, Jesus. Oh, we got it, ladies and gentlemen. See everything. Yeah, he's still on here. But yeah, my line. Oh, he broke me off. Oh my God. I gotta get my boat. Can't do it at the kayak. I done tangled with the beast and I lost. And then the kayak world was like, that was clean, but you should get into a real kayak. And I was like, a real kayak? This is a kayak. Like, there's levels to kayaks. Like, I didn't even know. They're like, definitely, come on out. So my buddy Wes Jones hooked me up. We get out there to Comanche. He brings out the kayak for me. I get in the kayak like, wow, I didn't ever know. Like, these kayaks were like little bass boats. So I jumped into the kayak, and man, when I tell you, instantly, right when 10 minutes into it, you can already feel the wow, like the essence of just being so low to the water and paddling and just being in this kayak that had all these amenities to it. It blew me away. And after that, I was like, wow, this is amazing. I get off the water with Wes. Wes said, they do also have tournaments. I was like, tournaments too? He was like, yeah, it's about to start like next month. So I was like, wow. I jump in some of the kayak tournaments, meet some of the guys and women, and they're a family, So when you go in, you mess with a couple, you messing with a lot. And nothing but love. And it was just a breath of fresh air just to be somewhere different and fish a whole different way. In a boat, either you fishing with a team partner, or in a pro-am, you have a co-angler. And a kayak is just you every tournament. And I really appreciated that, and the difference between the kayak and the boat. I always say if the boat world is checkers, then the kayak world is chess, due to the once you get to an area, you really have to fish it, especially in a tournament, because you're thinking in your mind, if I do want to go to the other side of the lake, I got to pull this kayak out. I got to relaunch and drive all the way up to the other side. All the time wasted, so you kind of think like, do I really need to leave this spot, or is there anything else I can do to capitalize on this spot so I don't have to spend 35, 45 minutes to go to a whole nother spot. Now in the boat, you don't like that spot, you pull up, woo, you go to the next spot, you there 10, 15, 20 minutes. And kayak, oh man, that could take forever to get to another spot. So it's really more mental on competing. And then due to the app that they keep everybody's weights on there, so you know what place you are, that really can put the pressure on you when you're thinking it's a tough bite. It can either help you or hurt you. You think it's a tough bite, you look on there, people catching them. You can get down on yourself, or you can look at it and be like, people catching them. Like, okay, they are biting. I need to make some adjustments to catch these fish. So it can help you or hurt you. So a lot of these people in kayak fishing, they practice, they do the tournaments, they go to these lakes, they camp out, they stay at these campsites. Everybody camps, which is it's a cool thing. Now, what I found out was when I joined the Dark Horse, shout out to the Doors, Year of the Horse, they just slept in their vehicles. you know, which was like it was outdoorsy, you know. Now your boy is city slicker. Huh? I'm used to sleeping on my back, my feet kicked all the way up, walking on my back, you know. So the first couple of tournaments with the dark horse, they're like, hey, Obedy, you know, we're gonna be camping out at Berryessa tournament, blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, I don't know, man. You know, I don't know if y'all saw these daddy long legs. I'm tall, man. To sleep in my truck, man, I might come out like this. I don't even know how that even look. Now I'm used to sleeping in bed. So what I would do was show up the day of the tournament and then go fish and then hook up with the guys after and kick it and all that. So now my boy Alden, he like, come on, oh, you killing us, man. You need to come out and be with us and get the whole experience. All right. So I'm like, okay. So Mike, Greg, Alden, I said, all right, let's do it. It was Lake Maloney's. I said, this is my first tournament that I'm going to camp out. So I get there the day before that morning. We launch, we go fishing, we have a good old time. We come back, set up tent, the campfire, everything going. Now, this is like the cool part. You go for the walk. The walk around all the campsites. Now, just think, an average kayak tournament, especially like Yakabas. Shout out to Yakabas. Those my family right there. There could be 100, 150 kayakers in all these campsites, right? So now you walking around these campsites. Somebody got some music playing. You go over there, you gig one time. You keep walking. Somebody got dominoes or cards or something, and you're playing that. You keep going. Somebody is cooking on the grill, serving your plates. You keep going. Somebody is retying up, talking fishing. There's so many things happening at all these campsites, and you're welcome to all these campsites, you know. So I'm walking around, feel like a festival, you know, and I'm like, this is so sick. So I'm turning up kicking. Now we got drinks and we having drinks, we having fun. Now it's 7 o'clock, it's 8 o'clock, it's 9 o'clock, it's 10 o'clock, it's 11 o'clock. Now this guy I just met, his name is Ben. Now he got the tequila out, right? So we got brewskis, we got tequila. I brought the music. It's turning up. It's 11 o'clock. It's 12 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Now majority of the campsite is asleep. They like, shut up, go to sleep. Right? I don't know the rules of all this. I just see it's still like 15 of us still kicking it, and they like, shut up, man, we kicking it, man, we on vacation, because that's what I like to call. Soon as you leave a tournament, once you get in your vehicle and you kiss the kids and the wife, see you guys later, they're like, good luck, good luck. You start the car, you turn the corner, you're instantly on vacation. Pronto, you got to get in vacation mode. So I'm in vacation mode. I'm turning up. I'm having a good time. And now it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, somewhere around there. They like, we got to get up at 5:30 is like blast off. Somebody out of the 15 was like, look, you guys, this has been fun, but it's probably we should get a little bit of shut eye, you know, just to make sure we all can fish tomorrow. And everybody's like, I concur, you know, I think we should get some shut eye. I'm like, okay, shut eye time, right? So I get in truck. Now, you know, I don't know, should I sleep in the front seat? Should I stretch out in the back? Do I go from the back to the front, have my legs hang? I don't know the rules, but at this point we had plenty to drink, so I'm like, wherever it's gonna be fine. So I sit in the front seat, the passenger seat. I sit there. As soon as I sit down, instantly it start, the truck starts spinning, and I'm like, overdid it. Now let me tell you something about overdoing it. Overdoing it usually happens when you start drinking and you having a good time. When you're having a good time, you still moving. You don't understand that you already overdid it, because the energy and the smiles and the excitement of it all, you're just having a good time. Soon as it's time to be like, okay, it's over, man, just go relax. Then you go relax, and then the relaxation is like, you sitting there and you looking at the signs, and it's like, you overdid it. Like, what? I overdid it? Like, no, don't tell me that. Like, I'm sorry to tell you, Mr. Williams, you overdid it. So I'm like, just go to sleep. Oh, just go to sleep. I fall asleep as soon as I close my eye. The alarm come on. I'm like, it's already 5. Like, oh my gosh. I get out the truck. Nothing can save. Instantly start throwing up. I'm like, oh my God, I overdid it. I go to the bathroom. Now, when you got 150 people and it's like 6 porta potties out there, you want to be like one of the first. You know what I'm saying? That's a rule to you new kayakers. Get up early so you can go to the bathroom. Because if you one of the last guys to hit that toilet, bring you some nose plugs. It's a mountain of goodness gracious in there that you do not want to smell. Luckily, I was one of the early ones, you know, so I get in there and I'm like, oh my God, I'm in the bathroom, And now I can hear them getting ready to call. They like, we're about to launch. So I'm like, all right, let me get out there. Now, granted, this is like my 5th tournament. So when people see me like, it's Obity, hey, Obity. So, you know, and I usually come out with the smiles. I'm like this. I'm trying to smile to put the face on, you know what I'm saying, to let them know. So people wouldn't know I overdid. I'm like, but deep down, I'm overdid. So then I get in the kayak, right? And I'm like, let me just go over here to the corner so I don't got to talk to nobody, because I feel like if I say more than 2 words, I'm going to throw up. You know, and guys would come paddle all over there. Oh, but what's going on, man? We love your stuff, man. And I just had to smile like, They probably was like, what's going on? Oh, like I couldn't even talk. Now, here go a funny part of the story. During practice, on the opposite side of the lake, there was some fish busting, and I was catching them on rigs. On some A-rigs, right? Some nice solid fish. So in my conditions, my brain is still like, once we get over there, we're going to catch these fish and win, and you're going to be good. This is before I had a motor. So now they say it's shotgun start, meaning everybody had to start at the same time. There's 100 of us going, go. I'm paddling. Now the overdoing it is just hitting me right now. I'm sweating. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm paddling. Like, oh. I get halfway there. I'm like, oh, I stop. I was like, oh gosh. All right, come on. I had a tiger. I start paddling. I finally get there. I'm like, oh, I use all my energy to get there. Like, oh my God, I'm beat up. I make a cast with the A-rig. The fish are busting. I see them busting like it's time to win the tournament. Cast over there, they busting. I can't even reel the A-rig back. I'm like, oh God. I had to sit down in the kayak. I was standing up when I made the cast sit down. I'm like, I'm trying to reel it. And I'm like, I can't do it. I use all my energy, reel it back up. I said, okay, we overdid it. We can't move right now. Let's just close our eyes and then just relax. Let's relax for like 20, 30 minutes. Then we'll be ready to fish. We'll win this tournament. No biggie. I close my eyes and start relaxing. Now, got a little chop of the water, so now the kayak is starting to rock a little bit. And I'm like, oh God, this is hurting my stomach, all this rocking. And I was like, I can't do it. I look over to the left of me, there's a launch ramp. I said, okay, let's go to the launch ramp. Oh, let's get off the water. Paddle over there. Get off the boat. When I get off the boat and stand up, I'm like, oh my gosh. I try to throw up one more time. Now there's nothing else. Just dry heaving. Now I'm like, oh, like this is the worst. So I'm like, all right, we got to lay down pronto. Now my legs is like buckling. I got to lay down. So I just take a couple of steps. I fall down to the ground. I lay down on the ground. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh, I'm hurt so bad. And then all of a sudden I go, what the hell is that smell? It smells like death. And now it's making my stomach like hurt so bad. I'm like, oh, like I can't. I look to the right. Oh, bucket of chicken liver sitting there. And I'm like, no. But I'm so hurt, I can't even get back up to move. So I had to start rolling. I start rolling. I roll a little bit. And now I sit there. And I'm like, oh, okay. All right. Grab my phone. I say, hey, let's set this phone for an hour. We're going to go to sleep for an hour. We're going to wake up in an hour. We're going to win this tournament. What's an hour? Plenty of time. It's still early. Set the alarm, beep, boop, bop, beep. Go to sleep. Alarm, come on, beep, boop, bop, beep. I go look at the alarm. I stand up, like, let's go win this tournament. Body like, nope, you ain't ready, baby. So I said alarm again. Beep, boop, bop, beep. 1 more hour. What's 1 more hour? 2 hours? We'll still win enough tournament. The fish in the corner over there. We're about to win the tournament. Just get some rest. Go back to sleep. Next thing I know, I hear somebody talk. I hear a truck like, is he okay? And then I wake up. And then I look, and then I'm like, it was a guy like, you okay? And I was like, yeah. I said, man, my stomach, I just got to rest it off. He was like, oh, okay, all right. So then he leaves. I go back to sleep. I'm resting. Next thing I hear is, I'm like, is somebody taking pictures of me? So then I look up, I lift my head up, I look. It's the dude from last night, Ben. He over there taking pictures. And then when I look up to see it, he put his phone away and he go, hey, you all right? And then I was like, yeah, I'm all right. I just got to relax, man. I overdid it last night. He was like, all right. So then he keep fishing. I go back to sleep. Lauren, come on. It's time to get up. I can't move. And now when the alarm come on, there's like several people now launching at the launch ramp, and everybody is looking at me. So now I'm like, it's time to be real with yourself. Oh, it's time to call it quits. I had to wave the white flag. I had to beep, boop, bop, beep. I had to get the director on the phone. I had to get James and Mike on the phone. I said, James, I need you to come get me. I'm at the other ramp. Nothing can save. I overdid it. So James and then whoop, whoop, whoop. They come over. I can get up. I'm stumbling up. I'm hurt. James was like, oh, it's all good. Me and Mike got your kayak, all your gear. Just get in the truck and just relax. Thank you, fellas. Yak-a-bass. Lay in the truck. We drive all the way back. They put my kayak and everything on the back of my truck. Put all my equipment in. I get in my truck and I sit in the passenger side. And I'm like, all right, I'm about to just go to sleep and then just wait till everybody come back. Everybody will get a good laugh at it, whatever. I'll kick it. It's all good. Hour go by. I'm sitting there asleep. Next thing you know, the sun just come up and just start hitting me. As soon as that sun hit the top of that mountain, tippy top, oh man, it started hitting me so hard now. I'm like, it's like intensifying the hurtness. Like I feel like I'm more overdoing it now. And I was like, what are you doing? Let's just go home. You need to get home. You need the wife to tuck you in. You are done, buddy. It's over. Sayonara, pal. So I tell Jay, I said, hey, y'all, I can't do it. I'm going home. You know, send my congratulations to those who do at the top. Whoop, 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 whoop. I get over to the house. I see the wife. I already told her, like, get me ready. I get in the bed. I fall asleep. I'm like, oh, fall asleep. Wake up. It's like 10 o'clock at night. And now I'm back. I'm like, oh man, I ain't never doing that again. That was too much. All right. I'm like, oh, I go to the bathroom. I come back. I sit in the bed. Now I'm up, you know. So I was like, let me look on my phone to see who won. Get on Facebook. First picture that pop up is being the picture he took of me on the ring. Through it, buddy. I'm on the ramp, right? Take picture. I look down, there's 100 and something comments. We love O's not because he kicked it, because everybody knew I kicked it tough that night. And I thought I could do it. I thought I could hang. And I could not hang. I didn't know the limits of it, but that was my first tournament. You can't be mad at me for overdoing it my first time. I had too much fun. I got lost in the sauce, baby. But when they tell you something, I had so much fun, and everybody around me had so much fun, and the kayak community took me and showed me so much love, and we had so much fun that day. Everybody there remembers that story, and they always laugh, and that's something that we always will look back on and laugh at. And I laugh all the time because that was just so much fun. It was so funny that Ben took the picture and posted it. I'm glad he posted it because that's something I always look back to. Like, that was the first day I stayed, and I thought I could hang, and I was mistaken. But when I got to the next tournament, everybody laughed. Even till this day, we all laugh about it. And that was a hell of a tournament, and I'll never forget that one. But yeah, there's levels to it. And shout out to everybody that was at the tournament that day. And that there, ladies and gentlemen, is a YounderTale. Yeet the day!